Hi there, it's the Dutch Master and welcome to the second episode of Let's Build a Vet Clinic in The Sims 4. So yesterday I started this brand new series, which is of course totally focused on The Sims 4 cats and dogs, and today I'm going to be continuing building this vet clinic. So far you see that I've been going crazy with the roofs, which is what the focus will be on quite a bit for this build. And of course it's a vet clinic, so I'll be using all the new items coming with the new expansion pack, or at least not all of them, but the more modern items coming with this expansion pack. And still there are quite some modern items with it. It's not the main focus of the pack, but still there is quite some new things. I'll be showing that to you in this Let's Build of course as well. So yeah, I read the comments with regards to this vet clinic, and many of you seem to like it so far. And I was wondering whether I should go for white or for brown, and in the end I saw that people preferred the white, and I must honestly say that I prefer it too. I know that it doesn't really fit the style of the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, but don't worry about it, because I might actually do a speed build in which I build a more traditional vet clinic as well. So if you prefer that, then you can make sure that you find that one whenever I've created it as well. Of course you can subscribe so that you see it whenever I upload a new video, which is generally quite a good idea anyways, I think. But yeah, that's just to make sure that all of you are happy. But for now I'm just going to be building something modern, and I thought it was quite a good idea to get started. Whoops, what did I do? What is happening? Okay, wait a second. To get started thinking about the layout. What is this doing? Okay, this was sort of crazy. What is happening? Look, if I turn around, is this like a new feature which I don't know about yet, or is this just okay? Let me just place it there. Okay, this is crazy. What happened? Okay, but anyways, what I wanted to do is I want to move this around a little bit, because I want to sort of plan the layout for this vet clinic, because of course it is sort of important that the interior layout like sort of works out and is realistic. And I must honestly say I don't have that much knowledge about vet clinics. I don't know if you do have a lot of knowledge about vet clinics, but generally that is not something people know that much about. But I'll do my best to at least make it sort of realistic. So obviously this will be the main entrance, or at least that's what I had in mind, which is pretty cool, I think, because it's like sort of iconic. So this would be a good place to enter this area. Then I thought about doing like a waiting area here, which I've got to close off in some way. But now I've also got to come up with an idea where to put the counter where you like log in, or where you check in, I guess, where you say like, yo, I'm here with my dog and what should we do? So that should probably be here, like back here, and then we can place the counters like in this area, and then we can make some cool glass entrance over here. Then my initial intention for this place was to have like a lot of glass over here as well, because the entire front facade down here will be glass. But I thought it would be cool to have some kind of glass walkway over here. But so far I've sort of closed this off, so that might not be the best idea. I've got to sort of see what that works out like. And also here we've got the atrium, which I mentioned in the previous episode as well, because that was when we built it. And I think this will just be like an outdoor sitting area. I don't think I'll make any reference to like the levels down here, though maybe I could add some like natural lighting. Yeah, that is actually quite a cool idea if you ask me. Because if I close this and then place the new ones, but then take these like light things into account. Okay, apparently I just have, oh yeah, of course, that's pretty obvious. I just didn't know what the Sims work like anymore. I've not played the game that much lately, simply because I've been sort of busy. But don't worry about it, I still know what the game works like, but I have been like sort of busy doing other stuff than the Sims as well, and especially then making videos. So yeah, also like I mentioned in the previous episode already, by the way, I'm unfortunately not able to upload like crazy much, even though I would like to. I just can't do that yet simply because I have exams. So this is like my studying week for the exams, which are tomorrow. And right now I should actually be studying, but yeah, I'm not, as you can see, because I'm creating this video. But oh well, hey, I think I'll pause it anyways. I hope so. So yeah, this is pretty cool. You know, we've got these lighting things over here. I like to sort of think about more realistic things in my builds nowadays as well. That might be because I've started studying architecture, but still, I mean, it's The Sims, so it doesn't have to be super realistic. But like things like atriums and these lighting things are pretty cool to add, if you ask me. So then here we've like got some cool rooms, I guess, which are still getting like some natural light because of these lighting things over here. But now then we've got this hallway, but then here we can maybe continue that onto this area, which might be like the surgeon area, or the surgery area, I mean. I also shouldn't forget that we've got to add a canteen for like the people working in the vet clinic. I read one comment, by the way, saying that this sort of looked awkward on it. I sort of imagine it, or can imagine that, and yeah, I don't really feel it though, because in the beginning I had the same, but it did grow on me, and this sort of looks cool if you ask me. And generally, don't worry, by the way, I'm still going to extend this building a lot more, so it will be way bigger than it currently is, and we've probably got to get started doing that. I don't think I'll think too much about the interior. I will just focus on the exterior for now, and then later on go back to the interior just before we sort of finish off the exterior to make sure that the interior works. And in that way the focus is still on the exterior, but still the interior will in the end work out well as well, which is a strange sentence, but oh well. Okay, then I'm saying it again. So that's cool. I'm moving that glass away because I'm not too sure about, or at least I don't want to add those details yet to the building, because otherwise it feels super incoherent. This roof is pretty cool, I think, but let me think about it. Wait, if I remove it, maybe that brings like an entire new idea or whatever in mind, because I still want to continue this cool roof idea and that roof concept, I guess, but I've just got to figure out how. Also, I think it's cooler if I can let this sort of continue, like make it seem as if this continues onto that roof, which would happen like this. Yeah, maybe that's cooler. Then I've got to put this a little bit higher to make sure that it's still like sort of in the middle and in the center. And then I'm not going to extend, or am I going to extend this so much? No, I don't have to, I think. This is fine as well, but you see the line moving all the way over there. Even though it's not the same roof, I thought it was pretty cool to add like a little detail like that, or just like some kind of shape like that. Then here we've got like another structure, or just like a wall, because I want to figure out how to continue this. Maybe I can just continue this all the way. And that way, in that case, I've got to just try that, I guess. By the way, like I said in the previous episode as well, just leave any feedback that you have with regards to this series in the comments down below, because in the end, you are probably going to be the one who's going to be using this, or at least you're also the one watching. So I can imagine that you just want to have just want me to create a cool looking vet clinic. So if you've got any suggestions or ideas, let me know, or of concepts, of shapes, of whatever, and then I can add those ideas in the build. I think the next episode will be pre-recorded, so I cannot take your suggestions into consideration then, but the episode afterwards I will definitely read the comments again. But like I said, exams have hit, and therefore I've got to make sure that I'm pre-recording tomorrow's episode, because I want to upload tomorrow again. I'm sort of promising it by saying this, and I hope that's not bad, because I hope I can keep that promise, but otherwise you'll find out later. But probably tomorrow there will be another episode. Okay, as you saw, I've changed this because I came up with another cool idea. Because what if we actually make some kind of division here, which visualizes the atrium behind it. Which is it still an atrium then, if it's not entirely surrounded by like room? I'm not too sure. I should know, but I don't. Oh, and also I should have pressed the other button. There we go. And then I'm gonna copy these because we want to have these under there to look cool on the other side. There we go. And then we've got this one. Whoops. Misplaced it. And then here we go. And by the way, in case you missed it, this is the new feature, being able to extend the roof in this way, which is super cool because it's like super useful and nice and looks cool, if you ask me. So then we've got some cool, this is actually pretty cool if you ask me. I mean, I like it. Yeah, okay, we're leaving it this way. Then this roof, oh yeah, that came from there. Well, we're coming back to that later on. I'm just gonna extend this a little bit because it looks strange in this way. Oops. Was that necessary? I meant this roof. There we go, and then that's it. Not too sure about the structure in the middle. It does finish it off, sort of. It makes it possible, I guess, but it sort of takes away the concept of this being sort of cool, I guess, because it is sort of a cool shape. So maybe I can do that differently, and we can sort of create another roof deck on top over here. Like we have a little bit of a smaller division structure or division piece element. And then here we've got that roof again, and then this concept, because that concept just looks pretty cool, and you see that everywhere, like in the building. Then I could add a fence, because maybe I can make this actually like accessible for like the doctors or whatever, or maybe also the patients. And then this one should be a little bit taller maybe to make it work like better. There we go. And then to make it look even cooler, this has actually got to be this way. Then I have to move it down. Maybe the other thing was cooler. I'm not too sure. This is the moment where I would like to do these live streams or these videos live, because in that way to be able to get like immediate feedback, which would be super cool, because that's also just generally very useful. And I actually did like a live stream once, and I really liked it because of that feedback and of actually being able to have a conversation with you. The point is that I ended up not building anything for 2 hours. So then this let's build wouldn't be able to be called a let's build, I guess. Okay, I can fix like super quickly to see what it looks like if I do it the old way. The atrium concept is stronger if I do it the way we had it. Maybe it's just this structure. Yeah, but then it doesn't work out. I think I'll leave it this way, because in the end I think it can work. I've just got to figure out a way to make it like work very well. But I just really dig that, like, this atrium in the middle. It's really cool if you ask me. Because also, not only is it like cool looking, but it's also very functional, because in the end it's bringing in like a lot of light in this area. I hope so, at least. Just like it is bringing in this little piece of light over here, which is still cool, because I can imagine that if you have like a working space, you want some natural light. Or at least for me personally, I think natural light is the most important thing in a room. So I would like literally not want to work in a room where you have like no natural light. So I'm trying to make this sort of the best working place for the vets. I think this is cool. So that shape we had. And then maybe I can actually... You know, it's risky. I also mentioned that in the previous video. The risk is that I'm going to be overusing this cool roof structure, and therefore it ends up being silly and ends up not looking good. So I've got to find a good balance between like using that but still not overusing it. And it's hard to find that balance. I didn't want to place that roof. There we go. If we move this back. I mean, it is really cool. Look at that. Okay, I think we can move on. This point is like good now. Now we've got to figure out this point, where I might actually do like the contrast between the two, where I first get to put a roof down here and then finish this off and then put the wall painting on again. There we go. I noticed that I've been using SketchUp a lot lately as well, because I'm sort of in between using those shortcuts and using the Sims shortcuts, which isn't really a good thing, I guess, because that means that I've been using SketchUp too much and not been using the Sims enough. But I've just been busy with very many SketchUp projects lately, which are like pretty cool to do as well. And in case you've never seen a SketchUp video of mine, you might want to check it out if you're like a little bit into architecture and design just in general. Then I think that is a series or just a type of video that you would like to see. And I upload it every now and then. You just have to look for like SketchUp on my channel. I think I have a playlist. Yeah, I'm sure I have a playlist of SketchUp videos as well. So if you would like to see more of that, you can check it out on my channel, I guess. Just a little plug for myself, or a little self-promotion, which wasn't actually my intention, but oh well. Okay, I'm trying to make a wall or a room work out here. Yeah. I'm not too sure. This would have to be white then, I think, because otherwise... Yeah. It doesn't look super good if you ask me, to be honest. So I think I'll not do it that way. Maybe I should just use like a flat roof every now and then as well. And then what I could do maybe is... Yeah, I think I'll try that. Extend this room a little bit. And then still using that roof structure, but not in that direction. There we go. And then copying this and then placing it again. Sometimes doing these Let's Builds is sort of hard because I've got to stay entertaining and continue talking stuff, which is fun, while also coming up with a good design. Which is also why I started this Let's Build with a plan in mind already, because in that way at least the structure and the main concept of the building is like good, I guess. And then from there on I can at least progress like I'm doing now. The reason I'm not planning everything is because then the think process that I'm doing and things like here where I was testing something, that isn't happening then if I like pre-think or like plan everything. So in case you were wondering why aren't you planning or everything, that's why. But still, it's sometimes sort of hard to, you know, focus on this and then also have like some kind of fun story or whatever, which isn't really successful in this episode maybe, but at least I am sort of explaining what I'm doing, I guess. So if that's helpful, hey, that's great. Whoops. There we go. Okay, this would have to be a little bit bigger. And maybe we can actually bring it on the same line as that one and then make it continue. just like this one is continuing. Just get to make sure that it's on the same, yeah, that would work out, because then you continue that shape from back there in this area as well. That is sort of cool. Yep. Then it doesn't look like, this looks very cramped, as you can see right now. So what I'll be doing is just extend it a little bit and then see each time where I extend it, if it ends up looking good or better, or if I have to extend it even more. That's just trying and error is like very important in building, if you ask me, because that just, you know, in the end you've just got to see to figure out if something works or not. This is better already. Okay, these trees are super cool, and this lot in general is super cool, but it is sort of hard to focus on that one point that you're working on, or at least like I want to look from the distance and then all you see is trees. Also I see that the episode is sort of long already, so I'm gonna have to end it sometime soon. But before then I want to have this figured out. Because yeah, okay, maybe I can make like some kind of balcony back here, because I don't want to have like a huge structure up here, because that just looks bulky and doesn't look good. But then if I'd make some kind of balcony back here, that would look cool, I think. Also, this is like one of the best things about the fact that we have these new build tools, and that is the fact that we can now shorten it so that this doesn't look awkward but just looks good, I guess. These corners, which used to extend all the way over here, which you still see happening over there, there we go. I think to make this look good also I've got to extend this structure. I'm sorry for the person who didn't like it, but as you can see I am trying to turn this into a piece of the structure which really adds something, I guess. And which, it isn't just a random block in the middle. It is something, it is becoming part of the design, I think. Then here I notice that I've got to extend this a little bit again. And then maybe I've just got to extend it like this, because in that way we've got that good old structure which we are having over here. We've got that back. But then this is becoming messy. I could have done that quicker, I know, but I didn't. For some reason it feels sort of satisfying to remove all those fences just one at a time, I guess. I'm not sure if this is strange or if you recognize it. Let me know in the comments, because I feel like that is sort of a satisfying thing to do, and everyone recognizes that feeling probably. I hope so, otherwise it's sort of strange. What I could do as well, but then you see too much that doesn't line up in the end, even though it seems to line up right now. So what I could do is this. I think this is in the end the way to go. That looks pretty cool. Then I've got to finish this, because we've got this random open space. Why doesn't it? There we go. And then this is the progress from the second episode of this Let's Build. As you saw, yeah, we've been working on this area and on the other side. In the next episode, of course, I'll continue working on the build again. I hope it wasn't too slow, sort of, but I feel like I have sort of explained my thinking and the way I'm making sure that the shape is looking good in the end. So let me know what you think of the build so far. Also make sure that you leave feedback for the next episode, and then I will probably use that feedback in the episode after that. But anyways, thank you for watching, and then I hope to see you back later.